Hey guys, another quick tech video here. This is regarding a BMW e90 GWS gear selector. This is a stripped down version of this. I actually brought this vehicle. It's been at the BMW repair at the service centre. They've quoted the previous owner that it needed a new mechatronic unit in the transmission at silly amounts of money. I brought it on a hope that I can fix it for either cheap or free, which I've done. So this car was throwing a fault code saying that the problem lied within the gear lever. BMW updated the software, tested it, and believed that the gear selector was fine and that the problem lied inside the transmission. I stripped this unit right down. It's not really designed to come apart, and I would not recommend doing it because there are a lot of small plastic pieces in there, and I'm going to be in for a fun time getting it back together. This car was stuck in park and would not select gears no matter what you did. Yeah, it was just dead. I again tried to update the software in it. No good. All the LED lights and the wee lever there were working. Looking at the live data, you could see that the buttons on that were registering, but the shifter movement wasn't registering, and it was throwing fault codes for Hall effect sensors inside the selector. So I stripped the selector down, and that's the main, that's the ECU on the side there. I went through and had a bit of a poke and a prod around some of the components on there. Everything looked alright, but what I did notice is that on the back side here is the plug, and this is the only plug on the whole selector that plugs into the vehicle, so that's where your communication comes from. On the back side of this plug are these solder joints that run down the side here. They are not soldered from factory. I have soldered those. They're soldered on the other side of the board, but they're not soldered on this side of the board. So I thought, oh well, I can't lose anything, so I run some solder, clean the stuff off the board and run some solder down there, plugged it into the car, and lo and behold, all gear selection is back with no faults. So if anyone runs into this problem, that's what you need to do. My suggestion would be to not strip this down the same as what I have. This here is the casing that sits inside. My suggestion would be to probably very carefully cut a hole through the side of here so you can actually access those solder joints and solder them without dismantling it, because it is quite a complex system and it is definitely not designed to come apart very easily. I think I'm going to have a hell of a fun time trying to get this back together, but like I said, it works and it's functional. The main thing is that the fault codes that were there, I didn't have any shift interlock codes or any solenoid codes. It was solely saying that the message was basically not getting from here down to the TCM or the mechatronic unit. Again, BMW said that they had tested this, it was fine, and it was the mechatronic unit that was getting the message but just didn't know what to do with it and required replacement, which, because of the age of the vehicle now, it's probably just going to be a replacement second-hand transmission. I'm glad I didn't do it. The car, I've never driven it before I fitted this, and it drives great. Like, the gearbox is good, shifts well, so yeah, a nice, cheap, easy fix. Yeah, highly recommend giving this a go before splashing out lots of money. Even replacing the selector itself, new from BMW, is over $1,000. I think you can put a second-hand one in, but it needs to be programmed. But the easiest thing to do is just to run those 6 solder joints down the side, and you should be away again, provided it hasn't had any coffee or anything spilt over it. Anyway, take it easy. Bye.